Google account, and then I could just check it from anywhere, like, you know, on my phone, like where my Chrome extension is connected to.
That's beautiful. I know that Google Cloud Services are doing like £360 worth of credit towards anything you want, and that can include a virtual private server. So Google Cloud Services for something free you can set up at the moment, that would do the job. Or Amazon Web Services, same thing. And then maybe later on pay for it to get the, I guess, added security and extra features. But for now, you can do it for free.
Yeah, I definitely recommend, you know, for whatever you do, like, you know, do some kind of like, what's it called? Can't think of two-factor authentication for like any kind of, like, you know, if you're putting a virtual server somewhere, like, you gotta make sure that it's like secure, like, you know, extra firewall protection, or, you know.
Yeah, so your bot is sitting on that server is it a Binance? Your bot trades through Binance, is it?
Yeah, it just sits on the server and it runs 24/7.
Okay, and you set it up. What's the cost of running that? $20 a month?
Yeah, about $20 a month.
And is it Google Remote Desktop or which Amazon?
Yeah, so I use Google Remote Desktop, so I just have my Google account, like, you know, it's connected to my email or whatever, and then you download the app onto like your phone or like your iPad or whatever it is, and then you go into the VPS, and then have your you log into your Google account there too, and then you could link it, download the app to that server, and then link them, and then that way, you know, it's constantly connected. So I could, like, you know, in front of my computer right now, I could check it, and then if I had to go eat lunch or something like that, you know, I go out and I can go on my phone with the same app and then just log in from right there too and check it again if I wanted. So it's pretty handy.
Yes, I've just got to work out what I'm trying to do. So, well, you know, first I think the step is to know my trading system. What's my process? So what I've done is I just mark out boxes and lines, horizontal lines, and try and work out what's the range for the day and where is it likely to break through for the next 20 or 30 pips. That's all I'm looking for at the moment in this ranging market. But you guys are swing traders, yeah? So you've been holding it for a day or two.
Yeah, I look for like I go back on a lot of the hourly charts and the 4-hour charts, and, like, you know, look back pretty far to see where all the major, like, support and resistance levels are, and then mark those with trend lines and everything like that, and then go down to maybe, like, you know, just back down to the hour or something like that, and then look for maybe a couple of smaller, like, trend lines, or not trend lines, resistance and support levels, and see if they break or if they hold. And if one does break, then I go back, like, you know, even further again, like back to the 4-hour and go back to the left, and then see if it was a major support level, if it was a minor support level or resistance level or whatever it is, and then, you know, analyze the trade from there.
So what's your routine? How long would it take? Let's say you have to do a pre-market open prep daily, or?
Yeah, usually sometimes I wake up, like, right when the market opens, so, like, you know, because the New York session's, like, really early for me. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning. So, like, sometimes I don't get up till, like, you know, 5:15 or 5:30 or something like that to check it. And so sometimes I'm a little late, but I mean, for the most part, like, I just check what the day's range was, or what yesterday's range was, or, well, for the week, like what we're looking at, and then you know, look at, you know, maybe, you know, narrow it down to two or three pairs, and then from there I'd maybe narrow it down to just one pair, say, like, okay, this is gonna be my trade for the day, or this is my trade for the week, or whatever it is, and then go back down, you know, look where it's at, and then go down to the 5-minute and enter from there if I'm gonna enter.
How many pairs do you look at?
I'm only looking at 4 right now.
So which is the euro, is it?
Hold on, let's see, what do I got? I'm looking at the US yen, the euro US, the pound US, and the Aussie US.
Oh, we trade the same markets.
Yeah.
So they're my 4 main markets. Yeah.
I like to have a nice mix of, you know, everything.
I'm sorry. I got one screen, 13 charts on the left, 4 charts on the right, and then a couple more up above with Discord and stuff.
Oh,
Damn.
How many monitors do you have?
Say again?
How many monitors?
3 in a pyramid kind of effect, because I couldn't get 4 on the stand.
Okay, I know a serious trader, he's got like 6 in. It's like a trader setup. You know how 6 on these. Yeah. Whereas I'm using 2 big 40-inch monitors.
Yeah,
it's nice, but there's no good reason for it, especially if you just focus on 1 or 2 pairs and switch between tabs. Like, it's just like that thing you're programmed with that, you know, having lots of screens makes you successful.
Yeah, that's what I do. I'm only running 2 monitors. You know, I may watch the 1 pair that I'm going to be trading on my main monitor, and then I'll have that same pair on my second monitor on a slightly different time frame. Usually a lower time frame by, like, you know, like I'll have the 4 hour on the main, you know, the 1 hour on my right screen, and then if I'm going to enter, I'll have my iPad, which is set up on my desk, which is running on the 5-minute chart, and then I'll look at that and then enter from there.
You're still going for 3 screens, aren't you?
Yes. So I've just got an
technically
iPad.
3 screens.
Yes. Yeah, but I think there's no right answer. We just gotta work out what works for us.
Don't spend
everybody's gonna
on
have their own
screens
different
yet.
thing, you know. That's why I take people's advice with a grain of salt, because everybody has their own different strategy that they're working on, and mine might be different from yours, you know.
That's the thing. You gotta believe in yourself. I think that's the key. It's a very psychological thing. You have to believe in whatever it is you believe in.
Yeah, I learned that real quick. There's a couple times where I'm just like, oh, I'm in profit, I should probably take it right now, and then I do, and then, like, you know, 2 hours later, it's like, oh, I could have gotten like another 20 pips. Like, damn it.
Yes.
I was like impatient. I was really impatient in the beginning, so I've learned a little bit more patience.
Yeah, I think that's the key. That's why I believe in time and price. So, for example, yesterday I short the euro, but I couldn't hold on to the trade because even though I believed that it will hit the low at London close. But that's, you know how it is.
Okay, question for you. Seeing as you're bringing some new knowledge to the group, and I'm just nosy. Are you using time-based Fibonacci extensions to figure out the break point of your range? When it comes to climbing, have you got anything on that line? Any tips?
I'll just walk you through my euro trade, so that would answer your question. So, for example, if you pull up your euro charts, so I just mark out, 0 GMT on your chart. That's So let's say I've got to work out the market opens, market close, and market high and low. So I've got to work out what's the average daily range. So what would that be? Did you trade the euro?
Yeah. So if we look at yesterday's,
what's the average daily range for the euro?
I mean, I'm measuring 129 pips from top to bottom during the day there.
Yes, that's right. So what I'm saying is, I just would work out. Okay, market opens at 0 GMT or 4 a.m. 4 a.m. 4 GMT, which is 0 New York time. So they're my 2 open times. One is GMT, and the other one is a New York midnight candle. So you plot that on your chart. Yeah.
Right, hang on. So my broker, I have a dotted line that tells me when they kind of end their day and start it, and it's midnight, and which is 10 p.m. British summertime, GMT.
Yeah. So all you do is just work out, is it going to be a black candle or a white candle? So you know where the market opens, yeah?
Okay, and you're saying when...
And I'm saying if I think it's a black candle, then I sell above that open, whatever the price is. And then I wait for the London close or New York open and then take my profit there. So that time, if price should move in that direction, then I'm on the right trade.
Hold on. Are you saying that you're looking at the candle that's at London Open about
No,
8 a.m.? No.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the price at that time. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. And do you look at the shape of the candle and decide on the direction from that?
Less of that, but I'll just give you the basics. So just 3 things. Where is it open? Yeah. So you can pick the 0 GMT time or the 4 GMT time. 4 is the New York midnight. Yeah.
Okay.
And then any price, if you think it's going to be a black candle, so any price above that, you sell. So let's say 20 pips above that, whatever it is the sell points, yeah? And then if you said whatever the average daily range was, so let's say you take the last 3-5 days or whatever it is, so in this case about 80 or 90 pips, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, so then if you think it's going to be a down day, then it shouldn't go more than 60 pips above that price, right? Because it's 2/3 of the price already.
Like it, yeah.
So you sell 20 pips above, have a 40 pip stop and an 80 pip target or more. And that's 2 to 1 ratio.
Think about that for a minute. Are you positioning yourself 20 pips above the market open to kind of catch the fake out before the
the fake
correct
move,
direction
the
is
move.
taken?
Yeah, because it catches the people on the wrong side, and then they have to scramble to the other side.
I've got to admire it. Love it. Well done.
Yes, it's not my concepts. I got it from this guy called ICTs. He's on Twitter, or you can go to his website, the Inner Circle Trader.
Yeah, I might have seen somebody mention that recently. Yeah.
Oh, you have? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So and test it for yourself, and then see if there's a pattern.
I will do that.
Yeah, because
Thank you
I believe
for talking
you're
about
welcome. Because I found that's when I evolved from looking at indicators, with all the Bollinger Bands and trend lines to what's the candle going to be? Because the candle is affected by news, yeah. So if you think the news is going to be negative for that day for euro or for the week, so you can do the same for the weekly open as well. So you know how the week opens, it's going to go move up the fake out. So you look at the euro this week, yeah.
I'm still trying to keep up with you and get the full principle. I'll make sure I read up, and I'll be in a better place in the Asian session to really.
That's fine. It's just look, on your chart you got a candle, right? Just any chart.
I got lots of candles, but okay.
Yeah.
Go
So
on.
pick one candle. What color is it?
Let's say I've got a nice red bearish engulfing candle.
Yeah. So it's got that candle's got to open somewhere. Yeah. So it's open somewhere, then it went up, and then it went down.
Okay.
So that's the concept. Yeah. So you're trying to form the candle. So you're instead of selling when price is going down, you sell when it goes up. So you want to see a white candle to sell into.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's obviously
giving
the
a
white
false
candle.
impression of where the market's going to go, and then knowing that it's 20 pips is the perfect spot for what kind of stop loss do you put above the 20 pips?
Well, say 40 pips, because you said it's a black candle, so it can't go more than 2/3 of the day range.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Because you believe it's going to be down.
Right.
Based on the news or whatever you think, or based on this overhead resistance. Because if the market tends to make a high on Monday or Tuesday, isn't it? Because it's got to remember how the daily candle is like the weekly candle. So, for example, the week opens on Monday and Tuesday, yeah?
For me, it's Sunday night. And anyway, right.
Well, you got the idea. You got the week and you got halfway through the week, yeah? And it opens at a price, it's got to go up and then it's got to go down if it's a down week. So you look at the calendar and then you got to work out, is it going to be a down week or an up week?
Now that I'm going to need some practice on. But okay.
Yes, it's the same concept. So then you look at the month, is it going to be a down month or up?
I'm so used to looking at things as a visual picture that trying to balance economic events messes with me.
So the first thing I got rid of was get rid of all the lines. It confuses me, and then I just look at, okay, where's the monthly open? What was the news for the month? So the best time would be mid-month, because then you know which kind of side the market wants to go. So for example, look at the euro this month, yeah, in June. So it opened on the 1st of June.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you notice halfway through the month, there's a big sell-off, yeah?
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, so because the orders have been gathered up at the top, then it repriced down below that monthly open. So it wants, because it's going to be a black negative monthly candle, so that's why it finishes on below the monthly open. So the price is going to go up to gather the orders, so then it goes down to distribute.
Nice. Right. Thank you for sharing. I've got some study to do.
Yes, you're welcome. So, yeah, perhaps think about getting rid of your whatever indicators you have and just focus on price and time. So, if you think,
I won't get rid of many indicators, but I'll certainly study and see what tips I can pick up. And,
yes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna. Thanks for the chat. I'm gonna go to bed, log off. You guys come and join me tomorrow? Are you on this channel 5 days?
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, be lucky if I'm even gone to sleep. So that'd be cool.
24/7.
24/7. No, the back swingfish.
Yeah, good talk, man.
All right. Good
See you later.
chatting, you guys. See
Bye,
you.
man.
Nights.
So now what?
Bring it on. Bring on the subject, the topic of discussion. I feel like I got a bit too involved there and probably bored everybody. But yeah, your turn.
Good question. I'm having kind of a down week, but well, that's just how it is.
What are you stuck in at the moment?
Sorry?
What pairs are you stuck in at the moment? Was it New Zealand yen, you said?
Yeah, but I gave up on that one. Just gonna hold it till tomorrow. So that's not... just pretend it's not there.
Okay. Anything else? Or would you just rather not talk about it?
Yeah, well, it was worth a try and it didn't work, so yeah, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
I hope so. This is actually one of the reasons why I don't trade the US session. Because this shit is happening all the time.
You keep saying that.
But I don't. Even today I don't trade the US session. I just had that trade, which is still on, into the US session. And yeah, nothing happened. It's just ranging all the time. It's just very, very boring.
There must be some good karma in the pipeline. Something that's going to pick up and turn your fortune soon.
That sounds very optimistic.
Yeah, maybe not the best attitude for trading. She's probably going to rip your heart out and stamp on it, but let's go for it anyway.
Yeah.
find a trade.
That's what
Fuck
it's
it.
gonna do.
I want to know if this dollar CAD is going to keep going down and down and down.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. It looks like a pretty good short on the 4 hour.
Oh, it does go down. I didn't look at it.
I know it's pathetic, but I've been stacking 0.01 micro lot trades on it on every swing on the way down. And it's still going. I'm trailing the stops at different levels. Got one at 120 pips, the range of the biggest days of the last week, and then the rest around about 20-30 pip trail. So it's kind of fun.
Yeah, there's a TK cross on the Ichi, and it's already going down through the clouds, so...
How does this Ichimoku stuff actually working on a small time frame?
I don't really think it works too well on smaller time frames. I think it's more meant for like longer time frames.
Yeah, I think 4 hours at least.
Yeah, for 4 hours, one if you're, if you really kind of want to try that, but I'd stick to like 4 hours or the daily.
I have one template which I not use so often, but I use it sometimes, which are very stripped Ichimoku. Just the clouds are visible. And this is kind of like a nice background image to have.
Right.
But sometimes it's actually interesting to see this stuff. I just don't trade with it every day. Where is it?
Yeah, I don't trade specifically just on it. I mean, you gotta look at price action a little bit and support and resistance levels and then get a better idea, but it gives you a pretty good hint.
I use supply and demand on Ichimoku, that's all I use. But I'm new to this, I'm learning.
What do you think then? Worth investing the time in Ichimoku?
Like that.
I love it. I mean, I really like it. It works good.
That's my version. Very stripped.
Where's the Tenken, Senken, Dinken lines?
Yeah.
Hey guys, thing you mentioned about Ichimoku.
Well, the
I
Tengen
see.
cross the Kirinsen on the last 4 hour candle, like it's straight down, like, so it's a pretty big cross down. And the last candle, the last 4 hours, already well into the cloud. And this one for me is just, it's also down in the cloud and it's going down a little further, so. This is usually where I think I'm probably kind of late on it already, but I would have gone in on it on the last 4 hour candle right when it crossed.
How do you exit? What's the exit strategy? This is something I didn't really work out. What do you trade especially? Because Ichimoku has a billion ways to trade.
Yeah, it does. I usually wait for either a bounce off of the bottom of the cloud if I'm going like really long on it, or let's see what else. What's the other one I did? The lagging span. I forgot the exact name of it. But when the lagging span starts to curve back up, like a little bit, like I usually look for a nice, huge like V, like not like a little rounded bottom to the lagging span. It has to be a real sharp V, and that's usually an indicator to either get out or, if you want to risk it, you can just move your stop down and see if it goes down even further, but it just really depends on the price action where it's going. But I've heard of people like, trading like, just TK crosses specifically, or they trade the lagging span on those V spikes, either up or down, and they wait for a retrace, and then the first bounce and the second bounce, and the second one's where they would get in. But I mean, yeah, like I said, there's like 1,000 different ways to trade it. Like, it's pretty pretty open to interpretation, however you want to do it.
Yeah, that's right. But it gives you some kind of information. That's the good part on it.
Yeah, it gives you all kinds of information. Yeah.
That's why I just have the clouds and as a background image, and that's it. That's all I want to know. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I also look at fractals on it too.
It's not a trade-off, it's just as, for information.
Fractals are a pretty good help too.
Yeah, I use fractals on my trading charts, on all of them, but I don't trade on them. This is just so I look at the chart, I see 200 candles, and you see just by looking at the fractals what's what. That's basically your 2 plus 1 plus 2 is basically making an average. Fractals basically averaging over 5 candles if they are formed correctly. Also, I usually use or prefer the fractal points for the trend lines as well.
Yeah, that's a good indication too. Yeah, usually with Ichi I've been doing 4 hour, and then my strategy on it is I'll wait for a TK cross. If it's above the cloud, I'll wait for a TK cross, and then wait for it to break down into the cloud, and that would usually be an indicator where I would probably want to get in. And then if it's below the cloud, I would wait for a TK cross going up, and then I'd probably look at some fractals too and see where they're at, and then enter from there. But usually it has to break some kind of major support level or resistance level. Usually on a candle close. I wait for a candle close.
For entry, no, I don't care when the candle close on entry.
Oh yeah, no, on entry, no, probably not. But like, I mean, you know, it's like I said, I'm experimenting on it still. So like, I've tried it on candle closes. I've tried just going in just whenever I see it break, like immediately. And so far, it's been working better in my favor when it just breaks resistance lines, like even, you know, candle open or close, or, you know, whatever. Doesn't matter. Because sometimes if you wait for a candle close, it can be too late.
Yeah. Actually, many people make the massive mistake by that, by actually respecting the time, the closing times. To make the trade decision, but it's just wrong, because the candlesticks works fine if you analyze the situation, but this is all the past and not the present. In the present, the time doesn't matter, only the price.
Yeah.
Like you have whatever 50 1-hour candles where you base your decision on to enter the trade, and and then you just do it based on what happens, but it's not related to the next close. I don't know why people do that.
I'm just trying to figure that out in my brain, my tiny little brain, and I would assume that I'm waiting for the candle close to confirm a break below a range, not just it testing the range.
I don't know. It's about the decision making. You made the decision to make the trade on what you see on all closes, based on closes.
On the last 200 candles. Yeah.
Yeah. But then to actually enter, I would not wait for another candle, because you made a decision already to enter. So you just search for the best price to do it.
Yeah, I suppose you're unique in the fact that you haven't got to have a tight stop loss. in the way you trade, so you're not so concerned about it hitting a stop loss.
Yeah, because you have to enter as close as possible to being wrong. So that's actually the game. Then, I mean, you made the decision to enter. Let's just say we buy something, and then you actually want the price to fall as much as possible. So you
get the biggest move in your favor after.
Yeah, right. Because you made a decision already. You made up your mind. This is gonna go up. So, and the best thing can happen to you after you made a decision, it's going down, because then you're gonna get a better entry.
Yeah,
Okay.
everything I've learned about Ichimoku trading, I watched on YouTube Chaos Trader. I don't know if you guys ever follow
Yeah.
him. Yeah, he's got like anything you want to know about Ichimoku is learn from that guy.
I like his relaxed style of
63, I
delivery.
think I have him on, but he didn't put any videos up for a very long time.
Yeah, because he's like a weekly to like monthly like trader. Like he'll have like a trade he's like 1 week he'll be looking at a trade, and the next week he'll finally start trading it. So he waits for like big, huge, like long term like trends, like 1,000 pip moves.
Yeah, sure. If you manage them properly and keep scaling in and stuff like that, then this is something can be very profitable. But I'm not so much into that kind of trading.
Yeah, I think that's a little too long for me. That's why I stick to like 4 hour and very rarely 1 hour if I go down that low. But he doesn't even go down below the daily, I don't think. Like, I mean, he might peak at the 4 hour, but I mean, he sticks to like daily candles.
Okay, if you trade Ichimoku as your main tool to analyze the situation, then it's maybe even better to stick to the closest, because everything is based on the closest. Pretty much. But still, for the entry, I would wait for price going against me. It's like my day trades are pretty much the same thing. Like the price crosses the VWAP, we are in a, I mean, it appears to be there gonna be a rejection downwards, and price crosses the VWAP to the downside, but I'm not gonna enter there because this is just FOMO. So I make the decision to take the trade, and then I'm gonna wait for the best location to do it, and that would be the pullback.
Subdued.
Hey, Billy.
Totally agree. I think I like your point. Have the bias before the trade, and then wait for the best position to trade, and as close to the invalid point as possible.
Yeah, you must enter the trade as closest as possible to being wrong.
Yeah,
understand
and then you have the volume actually going bigger the moment it's come closer to your, let's say, stop loss. Let's say.
Yeah, that's what I do basically. I do that in swing trades too. I have like I usually have 2 or 3 entries. Okay, if it's maybe there's a FOMO entry, and then there are 2 more limit orders more below based on the structure, and yeah, and then just do it. And each entry has a .33 percentage loss, stop. No, wrong. The size is, if the stop loss for all the trades is on the same location, because this is the location where I'm wrong. But the trades are far more below, more closer to the stop, will be a lot larger.
Yeah.
So actually, this also has a psychology advantage in the psychology, because you actually want price to fall. So you enter the trade, and then come on, get down there, because I want to load up.
Exactly. And then that what I think the other day we discussed about you build your, EA or whatever you support that way to entering market.
Sorry, can you say that again?
The other day we discussed about building some tool or some EA just to support that way of entering market. So the closer you price coming to your stop loss, the higher volume you can entering actually.
Yeah, that's what I do while day trading. That's why I usually have 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever trades on in the same setup. Because I enter mostly FOMO.
Yeah.
And then, but I enter like 25% of the size, or if it's depending on the range, of course. If the range is very small, then I maybe just take it full size, and if it doesn't work, then no, fuck it. But normally I enter 25%, and then price drops, and they stop. Like, okay, I'm in a buy order, price drops down, and I see momentum is the volume is going up, but price is gonna get slower. Then I'm gonna start scaling in.
Yeah, and I think the others you discuss about the Ichimoku system. I have come across something in the past I remember, and then today I'm testing this again, and it seems working. So I just want to say about that. I trade on the clouds. The first thing I look at the clouds. So I'm waiting for the cloud twist, and that is first sign. Second, of course, we look at the current price and the Chiku span.
Yeah.
I like Chiku span very much because I call Chiku span like a tail, and the current price is like a head. So I want to see the head and the tail come cross the cloud completely. Or if I need to get in earlier, I will play a little bit with risk. But the moment the head and the tails come out the other side of the cloud, is really good.
Yeah, but
so
then you're late already. That's the problem. You have to.
I know. It's later, but if you trade with let's say lower time frame, very low time frame, then it's still early compared with the high time frame. That's what I mean.
Oh, you mean like, okay, let's say we have the
let's say 5 minutes.
We have the crossing on the 4 hour. Then you and then you go like on 1 hour, and the price is already in the cloud, and then you have to break out of the cloud, and that's where you enter. But the trigger was actually the crossing.
Yeah, I mean, we need to have the head and the tail come out together to the other side of the cloud to trade it. Let's say above the cloud, then buy below the cloud itself. And of course, it's better to have the cloud twist or Kumo twist. It's better to have that as well.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I see exactly what you're saying on the US CAD. On the 4 hour, it's only like a candle into being down below the cloud, like into the cloud. But then if you look down on the 1 hour, that same spot was right when both the lagging span, the Chiku span, and the price broke cloud down below.
Yeah, it depends on how long would like to hold the trade. Let's say if you want to trade on 1 hour time frame, then let 1 hour time frame confirm the direction by let the head and the tails come out to the other side of the cloud first, and then you go into a lower time frame to find the pullback. Like fish usually say, the pullback means it's gotta pull back into the cloud in a lower time frame, and then it come out again. That moment you can get in, right? So it's very much like that.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And then the same thing for a higher time frame like 4 hour or daily or even weekly. I mean, the same thing happened. I mean, if the price in that time frame inside cloud, you better not doing anything. At least you have already the trade before. Just keep it. But if you don't have any trade, then it's not the time for you to do anything, but just waiting. unless the head and the tail of price get out of cloud completely in your time frame, then you go into a lower time frame to find some pullback and then trade when it's jump out of the cloud again. And that's a very simple way of doing it. Then the problem is, like Fish said, where do you set your target? Because you may find quite okay entry, but how to set the target, and that will be totally different. I don't have set my target on Ichimoku system. I set it on support resistance, supply demand, or other thing, yeah, like trend line, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it was cool to listen to. Thank you for sharing.
If you look at the Kiwi yen, I can post the chart right now so you can see what I see here.
Well, just to stick with CAD USD, the cross was already 6 hours ago.
Yeah.
And if you go now like to 1 hour, 1, 2, 3, 4,
So
5, 6. Okay, yeah, that's
which pair are you?
What were you
want
saying
to
is
look
actually
at that?
correct. The Dickinson cross was 6 hours ago, and if you go back to the 1 hour chart, the candle that broke free from the cloud was also 6 hours ago and made a pullback.
Which pair are you talking about, Fish?
UCAD.
USD CAD.
Okay.
Yeah, if I was looking at it earlier, I totally got in on it like 4 hours ago, but
Fish, I'm sorry to intervene in this discussion, but I'm trying to get the track record verified as soon as possible. If you can check my track record so that you can see if the robot can be profitable in a real account. Okay?
Yeah, it has to be traded on a real account, and we know it.
It's a demo, but I want to ask your opinion on that because the link is not verified, so I cannot share it for now. This is my textbook rules.
Yeah, just place an order with a password in it, in the comment, and to verify it.
I'll try. Thank you.
Okay, here I didn't trade this pair, but I will show you what I see from the combination between 1 hour and 5 minutes. Okay, on
Excellent.
that pair, and follow what I said already. Moment, because I need to draw some mark on the chart.
I need to grab a coffee, but yeah, not that anybody cares. Back in a sec.
That's a
Cheers.
good idea. Where is my coffee? I made one already. I forgot it downstairs. I'm back in a second.
So guys, how to use Ichimoku Cloud? I'm just curious about it, because I use our signed MACD default.
there's a ton of different ways to trade Ichimoku. Yeah, I can think of at least like 4 or 5, but you should check out YouTube Chaos Trader. He is like, that's all he trades with pretty much is Ichimoku and fractals. But yeah, I learned a lot from him on Ichimoku, so Chaos Trader on YouTube, check him out.
Sure.
I think he has one video that explains like just basically everything about Ichimoku, like all the different strategies to how to trade it, like Kumo breaks and TK crosses and all that stuff.
Yeah, I see. Thank you.
This one. Wrong keyboard. This one.
Okay, I just post that, so hope this help and explain exactly what I just mentioned before. It's using combination between 1 hour and 5 minute time frames for that pair. Yes or cat.
Okay.
Start with 1 hour time frame, right? The first time you see that head and tail come out, then you gotta wait for the pullback. Look in 5 minutes just to see it come back into the cloud, and the moment it's come out the cloud again, that's where you get in, because you already have the directions on 1 hour clock. 1 hour time frame. And then you get the triggers again in 5 minutes. That's what we get in. That's simple like that.
Okay, I shall study this. Thank you.
So you're actually waiting for the lagging line to come out, or is it just a confirmation? It's like, okay, the probability is higher if the lag is out.
Yeah. Because actually, if you get in 1 hour, if you get in 1 hour, it should be okay. But if you're really conservative, then you gotta wait for the pullback. Is even better, right?
Yeah.
And for me, to be honest, I don't even need to wait for that one. I have some other analysis to support this sorting. Let's say, then I would, the moment price go into that clouds, I would start entering sale. So I sell when the price get into that cloud on a 5 minute just time frame.
Yeah, right. Because the noise is greater, so price getting into the cloud is not something you need really to be worried about. But on the 4-hour chart, it's different.
Yeah, I mean, this is just combination between one o'clock time frame, 1 hour time frame, and 5 minutes, and this just simply way. If I have 4 hour time frame, I will combine with 15 minute jars.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. I see what you're saying.
And always remember one thing is the head gotta get out first, and then you also want to have the tail getting out as well to be free.
Yeah, as a confirmation, so to speak.
It's just the way Ichimoku system built, because the cloud actually is just like I could not remember exactly how they calculate this. It feel like average of the high and the low of certain period of time, and then it's forward in the future, something like that. And then the other tail actually it's current price and backward for number of period of time. I could not remember exactly, but it's just like it's clear the resistance or support, something like that. To be honest, I don't remember this at all. I just remember long time ago I used this.
Well, the lag is 26 periods in the past, and
the cloud is 26 in the future.
Exactly, because of 26 period of time in the backward and then 26 period of time forward, somehow it's work together. So the cloud safe work synchronized with this all these indicators inside the system.
yeah.
Yeah, I think somebody explained like Ichi is like a combination of like just a bunch of different indicators, but with like resistance and support. And it's like an all-in-one.
It's just moving averages, actually.
Yeah, moving averages. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just more or less like this, and I like to do this one only for Japanese pair, because I believe Asian people and also Japanese people, they love to play with Ichimoku. I don't trade this with other pair very much.
I know one guy who uses this on a DAX, which is kind of edgy, but seems to work.
Damn, what did I miss? I'm gonna have to go to the replay. Checking out the screenshot.
Now, if I post this one, what do you want to say?
Talk to me or somebody else?
To everybody.
Okay, I'm thinking about what you said earlier about the head and the tail. Price being the head, the tail being the green line on your chart. Is that correct?
Exactly, yeah. Is that Chiku span? A Chiku span or something? I think so. That Chiku span.
But that's not the green line. The green line is the lagging line. I cannot see
the green
the
line, lagging line. That is Chiku span, I think. So now, if I post this combination between 4 hour and 15 minutes time frame, what would you see and what would you say about that?
That we are late.
Hang on. So this is the dollar CAD 4 hour and 15, yeah. So on the 4 hour, we're inside the cloud and we don't want to touch it. No?
Yes, keep on saying.
Well, the Tenkan-sen crossing it did happen already outside the cloud on the first, actually already on the first candle.
To be honest with you, I don't pay attention to that one because that's always late. For that the red and blue line, right?
Yeah, but they did cross already on the first.
I know.
On the first candle.
I know. Yeah. But for me, I don't pay attention. I can delete that from Ichimoku setting. I only pay attention to cloud and the green, which is the Chiku span, I believe.
I got more, if you don't mind me talking.
The Kijū-sen is a good way to find to trail actually. The blue line, I mean.
So on the 15 minute, I'm seeing the last day high and the twist of the clouds and the head and the green emergence. So do you look for this at the last day's high on the 15?
Yeah, but this is tricky one because it broke right through and the cloud was very thin at this time.
Yeah, thinner clouds are usually weaker trends.
Okay.
Yeah, the bigger the cloud is, the better is the trend. Actually, that's not really true. Yeah, more or less.
Okay, I will say something about this one. First, pay attention to 4 hour time frame. Without even cloud, I mean, people like Fish, he know already that we have like ranging, right? We have ranging. So the momentum of price coming up is actually slowing down and actually losing the momentum. But for the people who play with the Ichimoku system, they can easily see that from the cloud as well. The cloud shape. See cloud shape? From very thick one, it get into thinner one right now, right? So there are two things can happen here. Price can go up furthermore after this one, or actually when the cloud become thinner, is area of they say weak, right? Weak spot of that cloud. so price can penetrate that cloud at normally at the thinner part. But the shape of the cloud already tell you that price before that was slowing down. That's a good sign of this one.
Okay, I can see the squeeze.
So let's say when you have this one, at least you have other buyers on a high time frame telling you that price can even go higher, right? You should not choose the short side. But if you don't have any other reason for that, then do nothing or choose short side is even safer, because suddenly the momentum slow down and you lost momentum already. Right? And momentum normally change before price change direction. So if the momentum before that is going up and slow down and become zero, then of course normally it turn to negative. I mean, its directions turn. Now another thing that I like you to look at this is, you see price right now inside the cloud, and normally on the forward time frame at that moment should not do anything. So if forward time frame is the time frame you like to trade, in this situation you better not do anything, because you don't know what price will do next, right? Normally it can go around in that cloud.
Understood.
But if you still want to do something about this one, and like I said before, if you are the momentum traders, you think that the momentum is losing, you want to take some benefit for that, then you go one level, or even for me, the level that I like to look for the time frame that I like to look in this case is 15 minutes. Again, for our time frame, I like to look at 15 minutes, and the 15 minutes already show you that the price dropping, right? Now look at the cloud in that 15 minutes. You see it's become thicker right now.
Yeah.
What does it mean? Mean price will ranging here, or it's supposed to rally up into that cloud, because the clouds normally like people say like reverse to mean. So if you have losing momentum, the direction of the price will be start changing. So you can see that we have free fall, but in this situation price can go back into the cloud. Then look back into forward, you see that drill, because we are inside the cloud, nothing should happen anymore. Let's say if the price still can hang around here and get into cloud and then go out of the cloud again, what gotta be the next target? I think if you look at forward time frame, you see this the flat line under the cloud, it's just around last week low. That area gotta be the next target, because if the price can drop further down to that bottom of the cloud, we will find some support right there.
Understood.
Yeah, so it just I think Ichimoku will help me more in terms of timing than doing thing. We can trade from other system, but Ichimoku, especially for Japanese pair, give me a lot of information about timing, when you need to do and when you need to hold, when you need to wait, and yeah.
Okay, quick question then. Looking at the 15-minute example, I know we wouldn't be trading on the 4-hour, but if I watch that cloud and it's expanding, that's a good sign that my trend will continue down, and when it begins to contract, then I'm in trouble, or time to get out, or not.
Oh, depends. If let's say if you want to take a quick gain, you can get out here and wait for price pullback, at least into cloud or near cloud, or
so it's overextended too far away from the cloud present.
Yeah, yeah, but I will not buy it for sure. I only can wait for price pullback for me to sell again, but I will not buy it suddenly. I will buy it. I will buy it when You know, if I want to buy it, you know, I gotta go. Of course, I have to go one more level, the lower. Let's say I go to 5 minutes.
But you're still looking for the clouds to cross and change color. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm talking without pressing the button. Nobody hear what I'm talking so fast. Shit. Sorry. Oh shit. I
can add you to the voice group, then you can use push to talk.
The chats on the system, you know, just 5 minutes. Turn to 5 minutes, okay?
Okay.
The rule, if I play purely with Ichimoku system, right? I tell myself, at least that I find at least one time frame that give me both head and tail to the other side of the cloud, then I can trade. Now, if you ask me whether you can buy here, I'm shooting 50 minutes, 5 minutes, and even 1 minute. I haven't seen anything like that. Everything's still pointing down. Head and tail still below the cloud. I cannot buy it. See what I mean?
Excellent. Really good filter. I get it.
Hope this have, but I don't remember where I get it. It's long times ago, but it seems it's working well with Japanese yen pairs. I haven't tested a lot with other pairs.
It's a lot of shit to look at, but okay, I might get used to it.
It's simple. Don't look too much. Like a fish, give 7 seconds. And if you can't see anything, just ignore that. Go to another pair.
Thank you for sharing the technique. I'm gonna think about it and come up with some questions maybe.
Yeah, I think it was like designed to just be like at a glance, like, you know, see what it's doing. It's real quick.
Yeah. I think somebody translate that Japanese language term into English. That's something like quick look over a glance, at the glance, something like that.
Wasn't the man who invented it, didn't he? It might take 60 years or something crazy to come up with a strategy. And here's us saying, oh yeah, just quick glance. That's, yeah.
A lot of people look too many things. I don't say that one way right, the other way wrong, but for me, I want to simplify it. I look at the shape of the cloud, that old way, and I like to see the cloud twist. And if I don't have that both, then I normally ignore that one.
I need another screen now, but that's cool. Thank you for that.
How much time does it take to verify a track record on my FX book? Generally speaking.
I'm not sure. I don't know how to use it, so I couldn't tell you. Sorry.
It's okay. No worries. Because I have a bunch of trades, like 90,000 trades, so they are hard to be verified. I'm just waiting for it like 2 hours straight and nothing.
Please allow up to 2 hours for your account to be verified. If not verified within the stated time frame you have double-checked your investor password to be correct, please contact us.
I sent a contact message, and I supposed to receive some results, I guess.
Okay, so you haven't quite got that yet. You probably need to be patient, or maybe send them another message. But maybe just be patient. How long ago did you send the message?
Like, I should say like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, you should be patient. And on their website, on the help page, it says 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm aware of it. But anyway, it took me like more than 3 hours to get verified once. I tried
so
to...
So you already know how long it takes to get verified, but wanted other people's opinion? Yeah. Okay.
That's why I was asking.
Dollar yen swing a bit of poke to the upside. Anybody agree with me? I know it's a strange time of day to expect anything, but it's kind of 10 pips off the daily high, and I'm guessing it's going there.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at it right now. I'm just looking on the 5 minute with some Bollinger Bands, and it's starting to go up a little bit.
Yes, Octo. Patience is the key to success. So
I don't have much of that these days. I kind of get a bit stressed. So I don't mean to upset you, but if you know the answer to the question, or you've got Google, maybe best to have a quick look there before asking. Sorry if that sounds a bit negative, but people have answered your questions a few times over today, and yeah, I'm just losing patience at my age.
Looks like New Zealand yen breaking out north.
Yeah. Oh, are we allowed to talk about that trade?
You want me to talk about that trade?
I want to get rid of it.
I know that it's your pain, so I don't want to talk anything about that. But that's very, very interesting case that I can talk about Ichimoku again.
Is the head and tail emerging, and if so, on what time frame?
Tell me it's gonna move up 27 pips now.
Are you switched to the other side?
15 minute is poking through the cloud with a TK cross about 4 candles back.
I just pulled the chart. So you can see.
Oh, cool.
I think if you're trading Ichi on that 15 with that, you probably want to look for a Kumo break.
To be honest, this trade I didn't take it from Ichimoku, but now I managed with Ichimoku. I take the trade with the inner trend line actually.
This is a very clear breakout.
This I discussed with Fish long time. We have long discussion actually around it for many hours.
So the 30-minute is supporting the idea of it, price traveling towards the cloud, and your 5-minute, you found price emerging from the top of the cloud and your green tail. So yeah, that makes sense, confirms what you've taught us or taught me.
No, you only see this just now, right? So just now that price get above Ichimoku, and I make a joke with Fish that I hope Japanese people are still around to take that trade for me to push the price even higher, and it's actually what happened. So now on 5 minutes you see that price fly up, and I believe that the next resistance will be seen on 30-minute chart already.
Where?
Last day low?
Yeah, around that we have the Ichimoku cloud, and also I call a London Open level. Dotted green line, a blue line, light blue line.
Yeah, okay. So it's still not quite Fish's 26 pips, is it? Oh, hang on.
Yeah, 26 pips is quite far. But this concludes with standard trend lines actually.
AFK.
It's 20, yeah, about 20 from where we are now.
I'm sorry guys, I can't have bit there. Apologies.
Oh no, it's in the cloud. The trend line is in the cloud already.
Which time frame you look at?
30 minutes.
Sorry.
I can't have it with the MT4 yet.
Is there a big difference between MT4 and MT5?
No.
I can tell you the stochastic paints differently on MT5 compared to MT4, which reverses 2 digits in it.
Okay.
Oops, wrong channel.
Yeah, because all my trading friends I ever talk with, they always talk about MT4.
That's the one I'm used to, but
old school people.
MT5 has more time frames that you can view. I know that for a fact. So I got 1, 5, 15, 30 hourly, you know, but they've got time frames in between, which is a nice feature.
Ah, okay.
How's the yen doing with your VWAP? Is it kind of sitting on it and making a move off it now? I will load it up.
No, it's breaking. But it could be a fake.
X-Trade, was it you calling the dollar Swiss earlier on?
Dollar Swiss?
Yeah.
Short. I'm short in that one. I still hold short, but it's not based on Ichimoku. You know, I only use Ichimoku for yen pairs.
Understood. Cool. Well, since you called it, it hasn't gone above the previous high and kind of looks primed for something to happen, doesn't it? Like a
no,
drop down. Nice
the
piece.
point of selling this one thing we discussed is based on the last 2 weeks high. You know, last week high and the other week high as well. So the previous of the previous high. If you open the weekly chart, you can see that price could not get above. It just get above and drop right back. So that the kind of rejection, very obvious. And on 1 hour time frame, you see that another attempt to that area and be rejected again. So very simple. I call this rejection. So I don't think this will be a long trade, but at least until we have bigger news, this trade will valid until then. I'm checking calendar and haven't seen anything more important yet.
Cool. Thank you for explaining your entry criteria. That's very good.
Yeah, I said I use different reason to enter the trade, but mainly based on the previous high and low of whatever day, week, month, year, you know.
Yeah, it looks like it was just a fake. But the Australian dollar Japanese yen is going up good. doesn't mean anything. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I saw that poke down on the U.S. Yen on Bollinger Bands on 5 minutes. That one candle about like 12 candles back. I was like thinking about, I was like, oh, it might be a nice little, you know, sell the top of the band, but missed it. Or buy in at the poke and then sell at the top.
Is it 20 period Bollinger Bands you favor?
Yeah. I tried experimenting with 40, but I mean, I don't know. I think I like the 20s a little bit better.
Kind of seen people using the 20 and deciding if it's in the upper portion between the middle and the top, then they're usually trading it upward. And when it starts, price sits in the lower portion, trading it downward. Usually to the center line from the extreme.
Yeah.
Just seemed too good to be true. Probably need some investigation again on that.
Yeah, I've been experimenting with a scalping strategy on the U.S. Yen on 5 minute with Bollinger Bands. Everything else, I've just been looking at cloud from higher time frames.
Oh, well, if you ever feel like sharing your results or your thoughts, certainly like to hear about them.
Oh yeah, when I get a nice little you know, sample size, I'll definitely post some results.
Good stuff.
All right, I think we're gonna take off and get some lunch, and I'll be back for the Asian session.
See you later.
All right, have a good one, guys.
See ya.
Then I go back down into the channel.
I'm glued to my monitor here, wondering if this is kind of volatility coming in, or if I'm just about to call it and nothing will happen for the next 3 hours.
Yeah, it's back in the channel.
Are you on the Ichimoku something or other? No,
One
you're just a price action channel.
One thing is very interesting about Ichimoku that I don't know how they, because of used by Japanese people, too popular. Is you see the price normally try to go into the area of the cloud where it is thin, so thin. Now you look at the 15-minute charts, you see price try to attack clouds at the thinnest areas. In the next 1, 2, 3, 4 candle, if they can break, they will break. If not, they will follow back down.
You giving away all your secrets. Damn it, man.
No,
Right.
not
Okay.
secret, man. Not secret. It's just simple. I mean, everybody know it, but maybe because you try to complicate it too much.
So
You
you're
see,
saying-
I don't know why they try to attack. I mean, I just say that it's like human. This prize try to attack the Ichimoku in the wicked spot, and if they fail, they will fail hardly.
That's a really good way of kind of pattern recognition, memory technique, kind of describing it. So attacking a thin part of the cloud, and if the candles don't close above, is that what we're looking for as a sign of success?
If you do like this, if you switch from candle chart into the line charts, you can see what I see, right? You can see try to attack the cloud right now into the wicked spot or wicked area of the cloud.
Okay.
And if they fail hard. The moment like this, I have to at least put my stop loss to break even, because I am ready for price to fall back to my entry.
Ready for the slaughter.
Nobody know what happened then.
Do you have an indicator alert set up that tells you when that attack is happening? Yeah.
Looks like it's gonna go south. Just a little fake out, and now it's gonna drop hard. What do you guys think?
What are you looking at?
Still New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen.
So I'm expecting dollar yen to spike up, and I'm often wrong. But okay, go for it. Anybody else?
I cannot say anything. I already told you that I put my stop loss at the break even and ready for whatever happens.
Yeah, long or short?
I'm buying.
To where?
Where?
Yeah.
I'm looking for the price get into 1 hour. The price should revisit the opening at the London open level, which is last day low.
It looks very much it's gonna continue the downtrend.
I think so. More like that. But the price still above the last month low, therefore I don't do anything yet. Technically, we have the price get below the last month low, and we get above last month low. So until the price drop below last month low again, maybe I close this trade.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I hope some monthly people go to attack this price to push it up. I don't know.
Thank you.